Hi everyone, how are you? How are you really? This video is it's mental health. I've had one of them days today, and I think we should talk about it. So I'm just in one of the food courts in Pattaya Avenue, Eat Street. One of my favourites because you can get a meal here for 50 baht. You can pay more for different dishes, but that's kind of the lowest point. And you get a nice meal. So I'm here anyway, just to get something to eat, and yeah, I've had a bit of a day. So it's not a woes me video. It's not anything like that. It's just I've done a few mental health videos before, and they've kind of been really helpful to people because we don't talk enough. We really don't, you know. I'm in one of the most beautiful countries of the world, Thailand. But you can still get up some mornings and find it tough. And for me, today is one of them days. There's all sorts of reasons why we feel the way we feel. You know, some of us take medication for that. Some of us ride the waves and see it through. Some of us ignore the fact. Well, you know, I don't want to ignore it. I want to embrace it, but sometimes you don't know how. Do you ever get the feeling sometimes that it doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how much you give, you just feel very, very alone, very unwanted. Yeah, it's been a day. There's today's dinner. Spaghetti bolognese, 90 baht. Like I said, you can get a meal for 50 baht, but I just fancied some spaghetti noodles. Yeah, so I mean, it's a mixture of things. Loneliness, I guess, is one of them. But, you know, I've said before, you can be in a relationship and be lonely. I'm not in a relationship, by the way. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've lived in Tenerife before a couple of times. So I know what loneliness is, but, you know, I always seemed to be good with it back then. But I think I had so much going on back then. I was working all the time, 7 days a week, like I am now really, but it was full on. And, you know, I used to communicate with my family on a payphone or writing letters. Because don't forget, it was early 90s, so yeah, these mobile phones were not quite ready yet. Yeah, but just going back to, I don't know, sometimes you can't pinpoint what the problem is. But I think for me, the reason why I'm having a day is because there's been so many things and they've all mounted up and it's just hit me like a brick wall. It really has. Let's try this. That is really good. Really tasty. Oh. Bit of parmesan over the top as well. Plenty of spaghetti. Too many carbs, but I'm having a day. That is really good. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's general things today, like, well, not today, it's been a build-up. My Wi-Fi went off a week ago, so not being able to watch any TV. And then you go and see them at the shop and they say, oh yeah, you have to make an appointment, we'll call you. And then they called me 3 days later, but I was on the motorbike and couldn't answer the phone. And that was the only call I got. I just got a message saying, we tried to call you, you weren't available, we'll have to reschedule. Great. So the rescheduling is tomorrow, between 11 and 3. So I've got a 4-hour window, but that takes it over a week where I've been paying for a Wi-Fi and I haven't got it. The Bangkok banks have frozen all the accounts. I went to see them with all the paperwork in order, as you do. I went at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they don't open till 8:30 because the queues have been phenomenal. For those that don't know, I think 95%, I'm just guessing, but almost all foreigners with Bangkok bank account have been asked to go in to their original bank where they open the account and produce their ID, their passport, their proof of residency, you know. So I did all that. I queued up, waited for it to open. I was number 3 because I was there an hour and a half early. Did that and they said it's going to take 2 weeks. And originally it was only going to take a week. But anyway, it's been 16 days and I can't access any of my Thai baht from my account because it's frozen. So I've had to borrow money because I can't access my own account. So it's just been a headache, you know, and then just other things. That have been going on. But it hits you hard. It's like, well, you know, I have English bank accounts, but they charge every time you withdraw money, so I just borrowed it and I don't know, it's, you know, that's just 2 small examples. It's just everything seems to be against you sometimes. And today it's kind of hit me and hit me quite hard actually. Yeah. So I thought I'll come on and talk about it because time difference as well. Sometimes you can't always pick up the phone when you actually need it the most because the 6-hour time difference from UK to Thailand. But just needed to express it, and you know, I have had a lot of people in the past with these kind of videos say thank you, you know, you've helped me. because, you know, there's, you know, my weight as well. When I'm down, I eat. And the weight is the most important thing for me because it's health. And your health is the most important. You know, and I want to lose the weight. You know, as you see, I'm not eating unhealthily. I'm just, my body's had enough. You know, I could eat this in my 20s and I'll be fine. But as you get older, we're all different, but I tend to put a lot of weight on. And I don't like it. But when I'm down and having bad days, I turn to food. Whether that's part of the loneliness, I'm not sure. And also, it's the weirdest thing. If you feel lonely, but you just want to be on your own. You don't want to see anyone, talk to anyone. You just want to do your thing and be left alone. But you're lonely, right? So that doesn't make sense. No, you're absolutely right. It doesn't make sense. But it's just the way you feel sometimes. And today is one of them days. Oh, that really tastes good. It's more me putting an awareness out there. You know, when you're feeling low, is there something you turn to? You might be in a relationship, you can just turn to your partner and talk it out. So, you know, it's an easier scenario. But again, when you're in a relationship, I've been in relationships where you love that person, and sometimes you want to be on your own. I don't know, it's I'm not even sure how to title this video and what to call it, but I'm just Darren John, as most of you know. I wear my heart on my sleeve, as most of you know. Right or wrong, I don't know, but that is me, that's what I do. And sometimes I just need to offload. So again, if I can help anyone to offload, one person, then I'll take that. I did a mental health course when I was in construction, and it very importantly highlights that if the person wants to talk, they will talk. They don't want you to force them. So when someone says, you know, do you want to talk about it? No, I'm okay. Well, I think you should talk about it because, you know, it might help. Just leave it there on the, no, I'm okay. You know, I could have friends and family say, oh, you know, you want to talk about it? No. I do, but right at this minute, I don't. So, in an hour's time, or 5 hours, or tomorrow, or next week, I might pick up the phone and want to talk about it. So it doesn't matter when you want to talk about things. I hope that we all have friends, acquaintances, or family that will listen anytime you want to talk. Anytime. And it's very important as well to to keep in touch. Even when you live in the same country, keep in touch with the people you love. I talked to a friend of mine the other day, good mate of mine back in the UK. We haven't spoken in 6 months. So I picked the phone up, I gave him a call, and it's like the 6 months was irrelevant because we just carried on where we left off, really. So that's a sign of a good friendship, but I did say we need to do it more often, and he agreed. So yeah, as the start of the video, how are you? And as me, when people ask me that, I say, not too bad, mustn't grumble. Yeah, I'm okay. Ask again. You okay? Sometimes the second answer might be a little bit different. Again, they might not want to talk about it now, but they might. Today, tomorrow, next week, they might. They might remember that when they're really hitting the wall and they remember you asking them how they were, but really asking them. They might think you might be, or that person might be a good listener. I just want to interrupt very quickly because just listening to this back, I just want to put this little segment here. When I'm talking about people saying, how are you? I remember vividly when my daughter Mia had leukemia. That was all going on and the treatment was going on, and then right in the middle of it, a friend of mine had an engagement party. So I went along, and I remember standing at the bar, and my friend's wife came over to me and asked me how Mia was. And then she said, how are you? And it struck me, you could have knocked me over because no one had ever asked me that before. Me and my son spoke about it since. How many people asked Luke how he was? Because Mia's going through, this traumatic time and treatment, and, you can't imagine what a 10-year-old goes through. But people forget the people around as well. So, yeah, it was so important and so wow when she asked me that. And I've spoken to her since about it, and I said, you're the only one that asked me how I was. So sometimes it's so important, guys, to be asked how you are, and ask people how they are. And sometimes you need a good listener. But it's not a but really at all. Again, it's just I'm just highlighting really that we all have mental health. Some people don't realise that, but we do. We all have it. But it's how we deal with our own mind. Again, medication or talking to people, we're all different. Some people don't like talking about it at all because it's a man thing, but we all need someone to You'll need a shoulder sometimes. And again, guys, I'm just having a day. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. I could be in London, I could be in Thailand. It's not all sunshine and roses. Well, everyone, thanks for listening. Again, if it helps one person, then I would be over the moon with that. I would be very, very humbled, and it would be, to coin the phrase, off the charts if I could just help one person talk to someone. But there you go, guys. It's just, I don't know what to call the video yet, but I will think of something, and when you're watching it, the title of the video will be right there. So something to think about, and have a great day, have a great week, and have a great rest of the year, because there's not much of it left, and the years go really quick. They seem to, don't they? So live your life how you want to. That might not happen today, it might take a while, but live your life how you want to. Be safe, guys. Love to everyone, and love to Luke, Mia, Mum and Sis back in the UK, and I'll see you on the next one. This video has almost become relevant now upon hearing the news of Ricky Hatton, who died yesterday. In actual fact, just after I finished the set of clips, I heard the news, which is why I had to come back on and just say, don't suffer in silence. So rest in peace, Ricky Hatton, you're a legend.